All right, guys. I have avoided this topic for as long as possible, but it has become absolutely impossible to avoid. So we are going to talk about why there is so much trade smoke around Deebo Samuel, and is it real? And it has been popping up since before free agency actually started, and it's continued to keep going. Obviously, the what made the rounds was the fact that the Ravens had reached out about trading for Deebo. San Francisco 49ers said no. So that has definitely been kind of mainstream. You've probably heard about that. And then you had the Ravens GM basically shoot it down and just say that he compared the report to the Lorax in regards to how fictional it is. So that's already been shot down by the Ravens general manager. And to be honest, I wouldn't expect anything less, regardless if it was true or not. But I okay, he kills that. But there has been something that has been going on now for the entire week. And so I'm going to try to piece this together for you. And I don't want to just throw this out at you with zero context. So I'm going to try to build up the context as best I can. And then we are going to do what we do. We're going to follow the smoke and discern, is this real smoke? Is this fake smoke? Let's figure it out. But it starts with a user on Twitter named Pretty Ricky 231. Now you'd be like, really? Pretty Ricky 231? All right. If you haven't heard about this guy by now, you about to hear about him right now. This guy has leaked probably upwards of 10 free agent signings. The most notable one, the first one, was the Brian Burns trade before anyone else. He leaked the compensation, he leaked the amount, he leaked the team, he leaked all of it. And it's right here in this tweet. This guy, at this particular time when Alex Wilson reported what the leaks were, Pretty Ricky had 200 followers on Twitter. I believe he's upwards of in the tens of thousands currently. I think he's around 10, 11. Could be wrong on that. But this guy then leaked the Calvin Ridley signing and the amount. He called the Daryl Mooney signing to the Falcons and the amount. He's gotten a bunch of things correct in regard to basically leaking this information. So at a certain point, you have to take your biases aside that a guy named Pretty Ricky with a dog profile picture is leaking information. He's clearly knows something. And so this is where our story starts. And it starts with Brian Burns. So again, I have been sitting on this for a while. It's not something that I've been really rushing to kind of get to the bottom of, but this is huge. And honestly, it's aligned with other things that I have heard as well. So this was one of his earlier tweets. Commanders, Texans, Eagles, Vikings, and Niners all made offers for Brian Burns. Niners offered Deebo as part of the trade. Panthers were very tempted by the Deebo offer to get Bryce help. Okay, interesting. Again, coming from the same account that has been leaking all the information. The guy who leaked the entire Brian Burns trade, team, and contract. That is something that if you talk to insiders like Adam Schefter, and that's big time. And they sparse it out by the initial news is one thing, compensation is one thing, the deal is one thing. He got all of them. Clean sweep. And now this guy will not let it rest that Deebo Samuel is being floated in trades. Now, I can tell you what I know about the Brian Burns situation. I know from someone very close to the Brian Burns camp that told me the same thing in regards to the 49ers are absolutely interested in trading for Brian Burns, and a wide receiver could be involved. So that is completely separate of this guy. Completely separate. So again, I've just been sitting on this, but this guy won't stop talking about it. So it's to the point where it's like, all right, what we do on this channel is we look at all the things that are being discussed about the San Francisco 49ers and we bring it to your attention, whether rumors, not whatever. But at this point, this stuff isn't going away. Um, and so this was the initial tweet that he's had with Debo being a part of the Brian Burns trade. He hasn't stopped. He keeps going on with the fact that Deebo Samuel is available for a potential trade. He goes on to say, saw the report that the Ravens reached out to the Niners about Debo. We talked about that earlier. He says, can't confirm that, but can confirm the Niners have discussed Debo with other teams. He's not untouchable. So, again, this guy has came out of nowhere throughout this process. So it's not like we know exactly who he is. It's a faceless account. Again, he leaked the burn stuff with 200 followers, and he's just been hitting on move after move after move to the point where he's had one of the fastest rises on Twitter that I've seen in a while. So with that, all that being said, he even tweeted again this morning that Debo is being discussed in potential trades. So are we buying this? Do we buy the fact that Debo is potentially on the move? Um, he keeps saying he's only heard about Debo floated in potential trades. So I don't know. And the part of me where I'm starting to believe it is, again, I heard the thing about Brian Burns completely separate of him. It was something I heard before free agency even started. And so, obviously I'm a big Brian Burns guy. So I'm just like patiently waiting to see if it's true, if it were to come to fruition. And then you have this guy saying that the San Francisco 49ers were absolutely interested in trading for Brian Burns and offered up Debo. And I heard the same, very similar things. I didn't have a name associated. I just heard wide receiver. And so you link those two things together. Now at this point, I'm like, I can't deny the smoke. So is Deebo Samuel getting traded? Is he getting floated in trades? Is this a reality? Are the San Francisco 49ers looking to make a massive move? Could Debo potentially be out? I mean, we've seen Debo. He clearly wasn't thrilled with the Eric Armstead announcement. Looks to be the only player that openly talked about it on social media. So again, these rumors aren't going away. And like I said, I tried my hardest to just sit on this. I asked around. I've been poking and poking and poking, trying to really learn as much as I can about the situation before I brought it to you. Because again, I don't want to just create drama. I'm not trying to create 49ers Debo trade drama. It's not at all what I'm trying to do. But with the amount of information I've gathered, with this guy continuing to hit left and right all week, keeps hitting. And we have another thing that is I'm going to make another separate video about Brandon Ayuk here in a second involving this guy. So I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And again, we call ourselves the smoke chasers. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of smoke. What is the reality of it? How real is it? I can't tell you that because I don't know. But it's very, very difficult at this point to not connect the dots here. So we'll continue to see how this all plays out. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. Are the 49ers going to trade Debo? Could they trade Brandon Ayuk? I have no idea. But the smoke is there, and I'm presenting the information for you, and I will let you make the decision on how you want to interpret this. So I'm just the messenger here. Keep that in mind. And like I said, I've been sitting on this for a while, and it's to the point where you can't it's out there. It's out there. So that's what we do here. We talk about this stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Is this more of nothing? Is this pretty Ricky guy a fraud? Again, go look. Go take a look. Um and he's I don't think he is. I don't think he is at all. Um I don't think he is at all. So this is a very interesting situation. But I'll let you decide in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.